This is Evening News for Wednesday, December 18, 2013. I'm Samuel Suknandan. Thanks for joining us. Making the headlines tonight. APNU still uneasy about MP's action in Parliament. Opposition wants Finance Minister before Parliament's Privileges Committee. 3 security firms not paying minimum wage. Special constable dies at NIS office. And sawn-off shotgun found in abandoned car. And now for the news in detail. While opposition leader David Granger has confirmed that a Partnership for National Unity has received an explanation from its member Valdo Lawrence about the actions in Parliament last Thursday, there are still more questions than answers. The details in this report.
Opposition leader David Granger says APNU Member of Parliament and Executive Valdo Lawrence yesterday furnished the party with an explanation for actions during the last sitting of Parliament which saw monies being approved for the continuation of government's specialty hospital project. The opposition's intention was to block any attempt by the administration to continue the project, which it has long criticized. While Granger confirmed receiving the explanation, he did not state whether the party had accepted it or was satisfied. Sources close to the party have confirmed that Lawrence maintained that she was ill and could no longer wait to vote in Parliament, or her health would have degenerated further. But some of her colleagues have offered different interpretations of what literally took place as the vote was put on the specialty hospital project and at least 3 other line items that came up for discussion. Granger's true feelings came to fore when he was asked whether the matter was now dead. Instead of answering in the definitive, he said, and I quote, "I would say an explanation was received." End of quote. Lawrence has come in for heavy criticisms from several of the hardliners in the APNU camp, but while this is true, her decision to abstain on one issue and virtually not vote on another is also receiving support within the ranks of the PNC. Speculation today reached enormous levels from Lawrence's actions, with some accusing her of selling out and striking deals with the PPP.
Days before Christmas, 3 children are motherless after a woman collapsed and died in the compound of the National Insurance Scheme's Benton Camp Street location. Bisham Mohammed met with the relatives and filed this story.
Christmas and Mother's Day is the best in best, because she don't play. It's more than she bored day.
That was Zenobia Kingston, daughter of dead 53-year-old Desiree Ann Williams of Lot 211 Garnet Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Williams, a special constable, was found dead this morning by one of her colleagues at the insurance firm. Her body bore no marks of violence, and it's suspected that she might have died of natural causes.
A couple days ago, she felt sick, a blackout and so forth. Then she went to the hospital. She come back the set night with some medication and so forth. And she didn't, shaky. But next day when I come, she didn't do much better. She sit down in the chair, me, she gaff and them kind of things. So I asked her, "Where is it?" And she said, "Man, it's gas." Which in the give she a bottle gas X. So I said, "Man, you got to eat one time." Because she's walking all the time, just walking all the time.
Kingston further explained that her mother was someone who never complains, describing her as a workaholic.
It's not a woman who complain about nothing, satisfied about everything. She asks her nothing but give everything.
Another daughter, Tandy Fortune, told Evening News what she knew of the unfortunate passing of her mother.
When I went there, I found my mom at the back lane. She was already dead and covered up with a blanket. They called us, I think it was around 6 something, saying that come down because they called an ambulance to take her to the hospital. When we reached the hospital, I saw a surgeon for her. I wasn't finding her anywhere, and my cousin, he came and he took me back at NIS, and this is when I found her there.
She also said that her mother was crazy about Christmas, but regrettably there will be no celebrations this year.
She was the one who actually started the painting for us. Well, there's no Christmas right about now, so just gotta take it easy.
Williams has been a part of the Guyana Police Force for the past 15 years. 2 years ago, she was transferred from Ivleary to the National Insurance Scheme to work. A post-mortem is expected to be performed on the woman's remains this Friday. Bisham Mohammed, The Evening News.
Police have launched an investigation into a report of armed robbery committed on a motorist at about 20 hours 15 on Tuesday by two men, one of whom was armed with a firearm at the industrial site Georgetown. During the robbery, the victim's motor car was taken away. The vehicle was subsequently recovered at Middle Road, La Penitence, Georgetown by the police, and a sawn-off 20-gauge shotgun with one cartridge was found in the vehicle. Investigations are in progress. 3 security firms are being hauled before the courts for failing to adhere to the new national minimum wage order. The details in this report. Labour Minister Dr. Nanda Gopal said that some 2,218 inspections were done at various businesses countrywide, which led to the ministry taking legal action against 3 security firms which were not in compliance with the new minimum wage order. The 3 firms are Home Safe Security Services, Supreme Security Service and Strategic Action Security Service. The Labour Minister said cases have been filed so far and more will be filed for all workers who are not being paid accordingly. He said that the security firms have not been paying workers their right salaries even prior to this year's new minimum wage order, which he believes is blatant and disrespectful to the working class.
We are pursuing prosecution. We have 19 cases filed against them so far, and we intend to file cases for all the workers who have not been paid a block. We are going to ask the ministry, while this prosecution is being done by our department and our in-house lawyer, we're going to ask the AG Chambers and the DPP if they can assist, and if we can't get the assistance, I'm going to recruit a private lawyer with the skills to prosecute to ensure that this company does not get away with their non-payment based on what we agreed upon.
According to the Labour Minister, the trial is continuing and this will be monitored to ensure workers get their due sum. On the other hand, commercial entities were also taken to court and will be up for trial.
Some commercial entities have also been taken to court, and they are to come up for trial, and some for reporting as a result of our inspections. But as it is, the violation of the minimum wage is only occurring among the 3 security companies. They're seeking to put their houses in order, but we will pursue that.
Some 35,000 workers at the lower level are said to have benefited from the introduction of the national minimum wage and the 40-hour work week orders. In addition to the inspections carried out, the ministry also received approximately 1,100 complaints from persons working in various industries about issues relating to dismissal, termination of employment, outstanding wages, overtime and annual leave. The Labour Ministry has managed to secure $14.1 million from employers for payouts to aggrieved employees. For the Evening News, I'm Samuel Suknandan. In 2013, there has been an increase of 4% of serious crimes, but topping the list are gun robberies, which saw a 15% increase. Bisham Mohammed has the details.
Acting Commissioner of Police Silal Prasad at the 23rd Annual Guyana Police Force Awards ceremony earlier today disclosed that while there has been an increase of serious crimes in 2013, there is an increase of gun robberies. He noted that there has been 136 murders for the year, with 92 firearms being seized, but also revealed that the police force is concerned about gun robberies.
But the area that impacted this increase is gun-related robberies, where we see a 15% increase. The large majority of those robberies are committed in A Division, mainly in Georgetown, and large majority are street robberies.
Prasad also added that with the reformation of the Guyana Police Force, it will boost crime-fighting mechanisms, while noting that police stations in Divisions A, B, C, D, E and F are all interlinked, and those in G Division will soon come on stream. He also gave a sneak preview of what the police force has in mind for the new year.
In the new year, we are likely, plans are on stream for us to target prevention in crime prevention and disorder prevention in a more holistic and a bigger manner than before. The Ministry of Home Affairs is currently engaging some consultants to deal with a number of issues, among them recruitment and retention of members of the force.
However, an estimated $13.9 million in prizes were awarded to more than 1,663 ranks for their exemplary service in 2013, including members of the Community Policing Group. The first award ceremony was held in 1990 under the leadership of the then Commissioner of Police, Laurie Lewis.
While every rank is deserving of an award, this initiative tends to enhance competition, and therefore only those who have gone far beyond the normal course of work, who have done things exemplary and deserving of these awards.
Meanwhile, the acting commissioner also revealed that the Guyana Police Force has done well in 2013, resulting in 92 illegal firearms being seized, 555,077 kilograms of cannabis destroyed, 20 kilograms of cocaine was also seized, along with 1.7 kilograms of LSD. This resulted in 775 persons being prosecuted. Bishar Mohammed, The Evening News.
Join us after these messages for more of the Evening News. Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the Evening News. At least 2 cooperatives are being investigated, and 250 that have not been functioning could be struck off the National Register. Here's more. The Labour Ministry will be taking serious action against those cooperatives and friendly societies that have not been complying with the requirements needed to carry out their day-to-day operations. This announcement was made by Labour Minister Dr. Nanda Gopal today. Some 42 cooperative audits were submitted, with 47 out of 50 audited reports completed on friendly societies. 4 new cooperatives were registered, while 30 new friendly societies were also registered.
We did 61 field visits during the year of cooperatives and 9 friendly societies, and we conducted 1 training program for our co-op staff, as well as staff of our department staff, as well as staff for some of the cooperatives.
A few months back, the ministry had issued a public notice informing cooperatives that they should have their books audited and supplied to the audit department. A perusal of the document found that nearly 250 cooperatives have not been functioning and have been in default. Gopal said that his ministry will therefore be striking them off the list.
The deadline passed. We are working with some to revamp them, some that are active, but those that cannot be redeemed will be struck off roll, and those in particular that have land and are doing farming, we have already urged the Lands and Surveys Commission to take possession of those lands and give it to persons who are beneficially occupying the land, give them individual title, so they'll be responsible for their plots of land.
The minister added that no one will be disenfranchised of their land, as the ministry will be moving to ensure that care is taken, and those who are occupying the lands will be given individual leases instead to address the issue. Despite the challenges, the ministry said that other cooperatives are also performing well, especially in the rice and sugar industries. Credit unions such as GAWU, GDF, PSU and the Guyana Police Force have also been doing well and will be monitored. For the Evening News, I'm Samuel Suknandan. 2 men who allegedly stole a television set and a remote control from a family at Cornelia Ida, West Coast Demerara, were eventually caught by the police. According to a police release, at about 3 hours 55 today, ranks responded to a report of burglary committed on a home at Cornelia Ida, West Coast Demerara, during which a 32-inch television set and remote control were stolen. Quick response by the police led to the recovery of the television set and a remote control and the arrest of 2 men at Denamstel on the west coast of Demerara. The men are in police custody assisting with the investigations. Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry (GCCI) President Clinton Erlin rubbished arguments that the Natural Resources and the Environment Ministry and the Ghana Geology and Mines Commission (GGMC) secretively issued permission for Geological and Geophysical Survey (PGGS) and Mori Brazil Ventures Incorporated. Details in this report.
It was never the intention of the Minister of Natural Resources and the Environment, Robert Brassard, to subvert due process and engage in underhanded arrangement with Mori Brazil Ventures Incorporated, Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry President Clinton Erlin opined. The Natural Resources Ministry and Ghana Geology and Mines Commission (GGMC) were placed under the microscope more than a week ago after a copy of the PGGS issued to Mori Brazil Ventures Inc. was leaked to the press. The disclosures in the document sparked a series of speculations, but Erlin said there was nothing secretive about the PGGS issued to the locally registered company in November 2012. The PGGS paves the way for the company to apply for a maximum of 18 prospecting licenses. Erlin pointed out that Prime Minister Samuel Hinds had issued a PGGS to Farfalus Incorporated in 2007 with a clause indicating at the time that the company would have applied for a maximum of 20 prospecting licenses. According to the Mining Act, Article 30, Chapter 2, a PL shall be granted if the applicant can demonstrate adequate financial and technical expertise to carry out an effective prospecting operation and can show that it has an adequate prospecting program or operational plan. Meanwhile, Mori Brazil Ventures broke its silence on the PGGS it was issued on November 7, 2012 for several types of minerals in southeast Berbice in the vicinity of the New River Triangle. On Tuesday, the company in a release said exploration activities have not commenced, as permission is being sought for the construction of a small airstrip to facilitate airborne aspect of the survey. However, other research activities have taken place, while making it clear that it was never issued a prospecting license or mining license. Mori Brazil Ventures said that millions of US dollars has been pumped into the project, noting that no such investment would not have been possible if assurance was not given.
Today, the man accused of murdering his mentally challenged brother made his first court appearance in the Georgetown Magistrates Court before Magistrate Anne McLennan. Neville France, 38, was not required to plead to the indictable charge, which stated that on December 12 at Falstop Northwest District, he murdered Richard France. The man was remanded to prison and the matter was adjourned until when he is scheduled to appear before Chief Magistrate Priya Sunyaran Bahari. More news after these messages. Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. The government has criticized the unwarranted and malicious attack on the recently appointed town clerk, Carol Soba, by the Kaicher News. Here's more.
With the appointment of Carol Soba as the town clerk, many have expressed surprise and dissatisfaction. And while there have been many attacks on her about her work as the town clerk, the recent scandalous article was a personal attack on Soba's character. At a press conference earlier today, Cabinet Secretary Dr. Roger Luncheon said that members of the Cabinet are disgusted and have vehemently objected to the Monday's edition of Dem Boy Say.
Sexist, racist, libelous were terms used with regards to the content of Dem Boy Say piece. And the feeling at Cabinet is shocking, and indeed it took the cake, as we said, in terms of records in Guyana.
Luncheon said this malicious column is an example of the pit in which Kaicher News has descended. The Cabinet Secretary further stated that efforts have been made over the years to render the operations of press freedom a more responsible exercise. He noted that while various remedies have been exhorted, anarchy still prevails in the journalistic world.
Kaichor News reigns supreme in this regard in Guyana. And even one might hazard a guess, it's a good shot, in the English-speaking Caribbean. While Guyanese have become inured to Kaichor News's excesses, occasional apologies, this most recent one is so offensive that even the tough cringe.
More of the evening news after these messages. Welcome back. A man was today remanded to prison after he appeared in the Georgetown Magistrates Court, where he was slapped with a possession of narcotics charge. 38-year-old Michael Mark Wong of Kamakastretch, Northwest District, pleaded not guilty to the charge, which stated that on December 15 at Kamakastretch, he was in the possession of 22 grams of cannabis for the purpose of trafficking. He was represented by attorney Pamela DeSantos, who made an application for bail for her client, stating that the substance was found in the premises in which he resides and not on him. Prosecutor De Niro Jones objected to bail, citing the seriousness and prevalence of the offence. The matter stands adjourned to December 19 in Court 1. The Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation today received a sum of $900,000 to purchase 3 fetal monitors, which will aid in the hospital's effort to eliminate infant mortality. Natasha Aziz tells us more.
$300,000 was donated by Scotiabank, Namilco, and Texas-based Guyanese philanthropist Dr. Tulsi Singh, respectively. According to the CEO of the hospital, Michael Khan, the monies will purchase 3 new fetal monitors, which will assist in the reduction of infant deaths.
When they're coming in, to make sure that we don't see no abnormality or the baby is having something to do. Not being a physician, but I can tell you that's what the purpose is. And then they will run strips off the monitors if there's any to show the doctors to read it and keep. I think if I'm not mistaken, they do monitor the fetus so often, and by having that on them, they'll be able to print it out and discuss it.
Khan noted that the GPHC delivers the most babies in Guyana. Approximately 60% of babies born occur at the Georgetown Public Hospital. Speaking at the simple ceremony was Scotiabank's marketing manager, Jennifer Cipriani, who said that the bank is always delighted to assist in the welfare development of children.
The Bright Future program is our corporate giving program, where we channel employee volunteer hours and funding towards initiatives that benefit children in the areas of health, social well-being, education.
A fetal monitor is an electronic device which monitors the heartbeat of the unborn child and the mother's uterine contractions during childbirth. According to Khan, the monitors are being imported from China along with a 6-month supply of fetal papers. The neonatal section of the hospital continues to expand with equipment which will help to reduce the number of infant deaths. For the evening news, Natasha Aziz.
The Region 2 administration will commence construction and repair works on the River Defence Dam at Liberty, Upper Pomeroon River. Region 2 Chairman Parmanand Prasad, speaking at the region's monthly statutory meeting in Anna Regina Boardroom, said that the works will assist in helping to prevent flooding at the Liberty Primary School during high tides. Prasad gave the commitment in response to a Partnership for National Unity APNU councillor Prince Shepherd, who raised the issue about flooding at the school, particularly during high tides. Heights. The chairman said he is aware of the situation as he inspected the school during the last flood and had promised to provide a more conducive learning environment for students. The chairman said a contract will be awarded for the construction of the river dam to save the school from flooding during high tides. Join us after these messages for your sport news, sponsored by Macor. Welcome back, and now for a look at sport in your headlines. Stevedore Housing Scheme, Queens Street, Tiger Bay to contest the Guinness Street Final. Penultimate horse race meet for 2013 set for Sunday. And Kohli's 100 guides India to 255 for 5 against South Africa. Stevedore Housing Scheme and Queens Street Tiger Bay have advanced to the final of the Georgetown leg of the 6th annual Guinness Street Football competition, set for Saturday. Avinash Ramzan reports.
Playing in the semi-finals, Stevedore Housing Scheme won 5-4 on penalties against All Boys Town B after a goalless draw, while Queen Street Tiger Bay defeated Hope Street Tiger Bay 3-1. Scoring for Queen Street Tiger Bay were Dion Alfred with a double and a single from Dion Fredericks, while Stefan Moore netted a consolation for Hope Street Tiger Bay. Earlier in the evening in the quarter-final action, Queen Street Tiger Bay defeated Berlin Massive 4-0, Stevedore Housing Scheme edged California Square 1-0, Hope Street Tiger Bay needled West Front Road 1-0, and All Boys Town B got the better of Island All Star 2-0. The final and third place playoff, as well as a few exhibition games, are billed for Saturday. The champion team will receive $500,000, while the runners-up will collect $300,000, third $200,000, and fourth $100,000. All the other teams will receive participation stipends of no less than $10,000. Zone competitions will also be held in Berbice, East Coast, West Demerara, Linden, and Bartica in the coming months, with the top 2 teams advancing to the national playoff. The winner of the national playoff will then earn the right to represent Guyana at the Caribbean Street Challenge in July 2014 in Trinidad and Tobago.
The Port Moran Turf Club PMTC horse race meet has been confirmed for Sunday at the club's facility currently in Berbice, according to Chief Coordinator Chris Jacktio. Rajiv Bisnod brings us the details.
The meet was originally scheduled for last Sunday, but persistent rainfall, which swept most of the coastal plain last week, left the racing facility underwater, giving the authorities no alternative but postpone the event. The organizers have put together an impressive 8-race program for the meet this Sunday with over $8 million up for grabs. All the big names are set to be on show for what is expected to be a competitive day of racing. The feature race is classified for A and lower horses and will run over 1,200 meters for the top prize of $1.2 million. In a co-feature for 3-year-old West Indies bred horses, the winner will receive $500,000 over 1,200 meters. All events on the dates card are the 3 and E and lower and the 2-year-old West Indies and Guyana Open. Both races carry a winning prize of $400,000 and will run also over 1,200 meters. Both the 3-year-old Guyana Open and the G1 and lower races will run over 1,200 meters, with the animals running for a first prize of $300,000. The I and lower race has a winning tag of $200,000, while the G and lower class matchup will see the winner pocketing $150,000. The meet will run under the rules of the Guyana Horse Racing Authority. Race time is 12:30 hours.
Virat Kohli struck 119 to help India to reach 255 for 5 on the opening day of the first test with South Africa, batting in the number 4 position vacated by the retirement of Sachin Tendulkar. Last month, Kohli hit 18 boundaries in his 5th test century. He had come to the crease in the 16th over after the Indian openers were dismissed cheaply in Johannesburg. Kohli departed in the 76th over by Ajinkya Rahane in only his 2nd test, recorded an unbeaten 43. Remember, you can read about these and other stories in tomorrow's edition of the Ghana Times newspaper, and a copy of that newspaper can be picked up from vendors across the country. When you're not reading our newspaper or watching TVG Channel 28, do remember to tune in to RGI on 89.3, 89.5 or 89.7 FM. Join us after these messages for your bridge reports. Welcome back, and now for a look at your bridge reports. The Denver Harbor Bridge will be closed on Thursday, December 19 at 5 hours 30 for a period of 1.5 hours. And the Berbice River Bridge will be closed on Thursday, December 19 at 5 hours 35 for a period of 1.5 hours. That's your Wednesday, December 18, 2013 edition of the Evening News. I'm Samuel Suknandan. Thanks for joining us.